welcome again to the Daily Word. This is Pastor Jerry Meyer inviting you to get your Bible out as we go into the Word today. We're going to look in Exodus chapter 3. Exodus chapter 3, and we're going to begin in verse 1. It says this, "Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian. And he led the flock to the backside of the desert, and he came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb." Now, I want to just kind of stop right here. This is before Moses is famous. This is before Moses is a leader of the people. This is at a time where, if I can say it this way, all the fame that he had from being a prince in Egypt is gone. Every shine that was on his life, every plan that he had, I'm sure, laid out for his life or others expected of his life was gone. He was exiled out into the middle of nowhere. Listen to this. And yet God found him. And this is how God finds him. Because, listen, he ends up becoming a son-in-law to the priest in Midian. And his charge as this good son-in-law is to take care of his father-in-law's sheep. Now, any good shepherd would tell you, you want to lead those sheep where there's good supply of water. You want to lead them where there is a good supply of food. You don't want to lead them to the backside of the desert. Amen. It just doesn't seem like the appropriate call if you're going to be a good shepherd. And yet, I believe there was something about the mountain of God that drew Moses. It was something about that place where the presence of God could be visibly seen thundering upon the mountain. It attracted Moses like nothing else. So much so that he would lead sheep to the backside of the desert, not the most conducive place for sheep. And yet, isn't it amazing? I believe with all my heart that's where Moses thought he found himself. He thought he found himself on the backside of a desert, not able to do the things that he thought he was going to do with his life. And he was consigning himself, and I almost think maybe resigning himself a little bit to a life of less than what he used to be. And yet on the backside of the desert, God calls Moses. Look at this. It says, "And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush." Listen, it did not appear, the angel did not appear to Moses out of the midst of his campfire. Amen. Come on, it didn't appear to him in the form of a man or what we would vision an angel with wings and a sword and all that. No. He appears in the form of a fire. And as we look at this, out of the midst of a bush, and he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire. The bush was not consumed. This is not just any angel, honey. Let me go ahead and tell you. This is, when you see many times in the Old Testament, you see the angel of the Lord, you see a reference to the presence of God, or even a reference to Jesus himself. And when we look at this passage in particular, the bush was on fire, and it burned. There was a fire on the bush, but yet the bush was not consumed. So this was not just a natural thing. When Moses saw it, he was on the backside of the desert, consigning and resigning himself to a life of less than what he thought he could be. And God showed up miraculously in fire. Ooh, man, I'll tell you, that's a sight that will draw attention. And if you don't believe fire attracts attention, let me ask you this. When the fire whistles and the sirens of the fire trucks go past your house, what do you do? Do you just sit in your house and go, "Wow, I think that was close"? Or do you jump up and you look to see which way they went? We are attracted to fire. I had an old Bible school instructor once who gave us a quote. And I've heard this quote attributed to many different people. But this quote went like this: "If you preach like you're on fire, people will show up just to watch you burn." And I've thought about that over the years. You know, there's something that in the fire that attracts people. there's something in the fire that attracts people, and it's not just, well, he preaches with great animation, or he preaches with great oration, and his speech is so eloquent, and all these great things. No. Listen to me. When there's fire, when there's real passion that burns, when there's real conviction that is ignited, when there is something real of the Holy Spirit of God on the inside of you, it attracts other people. Come on. Jesus said, if I be lifted up, I will draw all men to myself. Well, honey, if you put a little fire on that, I'm telling you what will happen is this, that the power of God is going to be the thing that draws them. Not your speech, not your preaching. It's not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power. Why? That Paul said this way, that their faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God. Hallelujah. So I'm going to ask you, where's your fire at? Listen, Moses looked at that and said, I will turn. Watch this. I will turn. He left his father-in-law's sheep to turn to go up into the mountain. You know, if you leave those sheep alone, they're going to go on their own little way, especially if there's no provision. They're going to look for it. Come on, they're going to go find it. They're going to go on their own way to see if they can get what they can get. But Moses said, I'll hunt them up later. I got to see this sight. I've never seen anything like this before. And listen to me, if you think for 1 minute that God isn't doing something in the house of God, that right now, in this time, that will be unparalleled to anything else we've seen. Come on, I believe God has saved the best for last. I believe He's pouring out an end-time revival that we've never seen the likes of, and you better get ready for it, honey. I mean, you better get ready for it. Because when Moses turned, he wanted to see this great sight. He wanted to see the fire. Well, let me tell you something. There's a generation out there that needs to see the fire. And this is the fire we want to talk about. In Matthew chapter 3 and verse 11, John Baptist said this. He said, I indeed baptize you with water unto repentance, but he that cometh after me, oh, come on, he that cometh after me is mightier than I, whose shoes I am not worthy to bear. He shall baptize you with the Holy Ghost and with fire. Come on, listen to me. I believe that there's a fire God is getting ready to pour out upon His churches yet again in this day and hour. And I believe that God is going to attract men and women to the burning and the rising of that fire. Come on, listen, God is going to do something in this hour. Listen, stop speaking that those days are over. Stop speaking that the revivals aren't happening like they used to. Stop speaking that God doesn't do this anymore or that anymore. Come on, I read in my Bible where He's the same yesterday, right now, today, and always will be forever. Come on, this is who He is. And if we will stand and preach who He is today, and we will stand and preach who He always will be, not that He was that I was, come on, or that He is will be that I will be, come on, but that He is still the great I am right now today. Amen. Come on, let's pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, I pray an anointing upon your servants in this hour. Lord, let the fire of God begin to rise upon them. Let it stir within their spirit. Lord God, even if they think they've got nothing left but just smoldering embers that are piled deep under the ashes. Father God, I pray let a stirring come upon them, Lord God, that you will reignite those coals, those hot coals that lay beneath. Father God, I thank you that you're going to cause such partition to come upon their life. Lord God, that it will cause that flame to leap back to life and draw men and women to the precious cross of Christ. Lord, it's not about our fire, it's not about our gifts, it's not about our talent, but it's about lifting up the name of Jesus with passion, with conviction, and with fire. Lord God, I thank you that you are igniting a people such a time as this for that great end-time harvest to be won in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. And amen. Listen, we're so glad that you joined us today. And listen, we want to hear from you. Amen. Like and share the video as much as you can, as much as you want. But we also encourage you to drop us a line, shoot us a comment. Let us know that you're watching. Let us know that these messages have been a blessing unto your life. Amen. And if you have a prayer need or a prayer request, we want to encourage you to contact us at some of the information there on your screen right now. And just pass that and share that prayer request with us. And we covenant with you that if you share those prayer requests with us that we will pray through until you get your breakthrough. Amen. And as you do, listen, and we know that if you give us a prayer request, come on, God is going to turn it into a praise report. Amen. And when He does, please let us know so we can shout, celebrate, and rejoice with you. We love you. We call you blessed. And until tomorrow, we'll see you right here on the Daily.